Hi everybody, it's Brittany, and it took me 2 videos, swatching videos, to realize that I need dry shampoo in my life today. Oh well, we're gonna deal with it just like it doesn't exist. We're gonna pretend like it don't exist. Anyways, so today we are going to be swatching. Now, I'm not excited about this palette. Well, I mean, I'm excited about what's inside, but I didn't think that it was velvet on the outside. And that kind of makes me a lit. I think I kind of like it now. I can't stop rubbing it. But I did not realize that it was velvet. I thought for some reason this one wasn't. Maybe it's a sultry. I think it's a sultry palette that's coming out, and everybody was like, oh, it's not velvet. Congratulations. Yay. And I'm like, that's good. But it was this one. This one's velvet, not this one. Anyways, so I like you brush. There is a reason why I have Anastasia brushes. I kept them, but I didn't keep the palettes. I got rid of them because I decluttered them because I didn't like the velvet. And they weren't really, I really need to get the Modern Renaissance again. Anyways, moving on. We have this. So, these are beautiful. I like these. Looks like this inside. It's got purple. This one here, Soul. I can't wait. Alright, so I'm just going to get into it. I'm just going to swatch it right to left, like a book. Ooh, these are so soft. Alright, so we have Dreamer. Please don't mind this. I just swatched the Huda Beauty palette, and evidently it's lingering. I'm going to say right away, these are so soft. Summer. Just take a moment for that swatch. Just a moment. Okay. And Wild Child. Oh no. Wild Child is a little bit chunky. Beautiful nonetheless. Moving on. Oh my god. We have Rose Gold. Again, moment of silence. Celestial. Oh god. This one, not so much. And this one's starting to chunk. Just a little. Because it's foily. And then we have Dazzling, which is also chunky, but oh, no, these ones are starting to do it too. Use my pinky because I don't want to ruin the coloring. Alright, so I will say this, they're super soft and they're super foily. Can you see? Like, that's a chunk of something. Something. So keep that in mind, please. And then the last one on this row is Drama. Uh-oh. My washcloth fell. Alright. The next 3 is Base. Nice base. This one's my favorite. Soul. So pretty. And this last one is Incense. So we have Love. Ooh. Volatile. And Eccentric. Eccentric didn't swatch very nicely. The last one is Passion. So these are really beautiful. I do like this palette. I think the layout of this is decent. I know a lot of people were complaining that if you took out like the purple, like here, that it would just be a boring palette with a pop of color. It's this purple that literally draws everyone in, and it drew me in. But I will say that I do like, not only do I like Soul, but I really do like this shade here, this Volatile shade. It is a cool toned brown, and I feel like this does have a good mix of cool tone and warm tone and kind of neutral, because I feel like this is more of a neutral, this is more warm, and this is a cool tone. And this is also leans, in my opinion, a little more warm. It's a warm shade. So I do feel like we do have like a good mixture. This is also more of a warm shade to me because it's more gold than it is like this one where it's more of a taupe shade. So I do feel like that this is kind of like a mix in between. These are definitely dusty shades, and I think that that's why a lot of people get those cool tone vibes from it. But I'm going to get into the brush swatches because I've talked far too long to you guys about palettes because I have no life. This one is going to swatch. Very messy. Do you see this? Like, that's, I've already swatched it and it's still on the brush. So that was one. This is two. So I don't feel like this shade particularly is too buildable, but I feel like if you really wanted it to be more intense, you could use your finger or a wet brush. Next we have, I'm going to do it a little bit softer, is Summer. So that is one, and I feel like it is so similar to Dreamer that it probably could have been not included. And this is two. Next we have Wild Child. My arm is so shimmery right now, like really shimmery. So that one is lackluster. Let's try a second coat. Oh yeah, second coat was where it was at. It's still hard to see, but I can see it in person. I feel like this would make a really beautiful like inner corner highlight. Next we have the rose gold. Ooh, this one is beautiful. That's one coat. And, well, guess I should actually get product on it. Two coats. Hope I have enough room for all these. I don't think I will. Next we have Celestial. No, Celestial, don't do that to me. And two coats. Now, Celestial is buildable, but I personally would probably, I'd probably go in for a third coat. That's beautiful. Next is Dazzling, which is not dazzling, but I think that this is more of a very foily shade. I can see chunks of it. And this is after two coats. And we have the last shade on the top row is Drama. I don't like these black undertoned shades. So this is the first row. We now have Base. Matches my skin tone. My favorite shade, Soul. I'll go here because I don't remember where that swatch went. So that is Soul, and that's one coat. Oh, I forgot to two coat that first one. Oh well. And that's after two coats. So it is buildable, and I feel like, ooh, I feel like I'm getting a rash. Weird. Hopefully it's not from the makeup and I just scratched myself. So I feel like it's buildable and it's definitely blendable. So I'm really happy about that because that was like everyone's favorite shade actually. I'm going to go back into Base though, and I'm going to try and just, so it's not really buildable, but again, like I said, it's very closely matched to my skin tone, so I don't expect it to. Woo. Next, we have Incense. That's one coat. And then 2. So this one is gorgeous, and again, very blendable, which is very important when it comes to these matte shades. Next we have Love. Ooh, she is pretty. It's 1 coat, and here is 2. So she too is also buildable. Next we have Volatile, which is my favorite brown out of here, obviously, because it's gold tone. And that's 1 coat. And then 2. This one's a little bit patchy. I feel like I do have a little bit of a line like right here, which is a little bit upsetting, but I guess I'll have to see when I actually apply it to my eye how this turns out. Next we have Eccentric. This looks like that, the warm tone shade. And then that's 1 coat and 2 coat. I will say this though, those lines in this Volatile shade didn't show up till the 2nd coat, so maybe it's because of the 2nd coat on it, I don't know. Maybe it is technically buildable but shouldn't be built, I don't know. Then this last shade is Passion. That's 1 coat and 2 coats. Gorgeous. I really do. Oh, I think I'm getting, it's starting to get a little worse. All right. So this is what all of these look like. Again, these are beautiful. I'm going to wipe these off real quick just in case it is the makeup that's making me break out. I don't think it is. But I guess we'll see. Really quick. She's a little messy. Now, I don't want anybody to get upset and think that this could break them out. I'm pretty sure I scratched myself. This is the 3rd swatch video that I've done today because I like to film swatch videos separate from my eye look, and that's what I've decided to start doing is swatches and eye looks, so that way I can, why they're like, I don't understand you. I don't get, anyways, but I'd like to do them separately only because I feel like, I mean, I can record swatches and then I can record the eye look when I do my makeup. So it becomes easier for me. And I like giving eye looks to you guys. So I don't want anyone to think that like this, if it is a breakout from the cosmetics, it could be any of 3 at this point. Because this is, I've swatched this one, the Anastasia one, I've swatched the Huda Beauty one, and I've swatched the Natasha Denona one. So 3 different brands. So it could be any of those. So I don't want anyone to think that they don't touch this brand. It could break you out because it's probably, with the way that it looks like I scratched myself, to be honest, because I mean it's right up here and it's diagonal. This isn't where I had swatches, you know, I had swatches this way, not this way, so I'm pretty sure it's a scratch. But anyways, my final thoughts on this as a first impression is that I really do like these. I think that the mattes are beautiful. They blend so nicely. I haven't even put this on my eye yet, and I can tell that these are going to blend nicely, except for potentially the cool tone brown one. I forget what the color is. Volatile. Except for Volatile, because it kind of got a little bit patchy. And like I said, this is the 3rd swatch video I've done today. I have swatched on my arm because I do finger swatches and brush swatches. So I have literally swatched and wiped my arm off before that one 5 times, because I also, that was the 2nd row. Oh wait, no, 6 times, because that was the 2nd row, because I did the initial finger swatches and then the brush swatches of the top row. So it could easily have been that my arm had just given up. It did not want to cooperate with any of the shades anymore. So with that being said, what I'm getting at is that I won't know how that one performs until I use it on my eye, which I will be, because it's gorgeous and I like it. And as far as the shimmers go, they were so soft and so nice, just what you'd expect from Anastasia. And The only complaint that I had would probably be that that pink didn't show up quite as well, but I feel like if you were doing an eye look and you popped that on the front, it would probably, especially if you did a finger swatch, it would show up perfectly. So I cannot wait to do a full eye look with this, and you'll be pretty much seeing that like right after this. So I hope we do good. Wish me luck. I'm realizing the drawbacks of being a tiny human. Like, do you see this? It's like still, I have it on the smallest setting and it's still too big. Like, so it like, because I'm petite, it's like nothing fits. Right. Plus, it might be too much. We'll take it off. Excuse these little pieces here. That little girl, she decided to attack my headband, and she stripped the like. But I still need it because we're doing it. Makeup. I'm not having a day. I'm just having an existence. So I'm going to start with base. Yeah, because you know, base. Feel like this one was glittery-ish. It might be that Dreamer. Got a lot of kick up going on. Now I did already set my eyes with my Yes Style peach cotton loose setting powder, so it's already set. This is more just to set it again. Alright, so today I have on this is I think a Liz Liza, if I remember correctly. It's wants to fold over and not sit right on my shoulders. So it's more of like, it's got like, if you look at it, it's got like little cards and then little dudes. It's like an, it reminds me of Alice. Well, it is. It's in Alice. She's right there. So, anyway, so it's more of this like toned down muted color, actually really similar to this Love shade here. Like this shade and this shade are identical. Sorry, I don't mean to point to like my boob, but like that one there. So I'm definitely going to go into that, and I do want to play with the purple as well. So I think what I'm going to start with is probably Volatile, and I'm going to actually go into the crease and kind of shape out the look that I'm going for. And now I'm just going to take this and just bring it up above my actual crease because I have those, because I have hooded eyes. I feel like these blend out really nicely. Well, at least this shade does. I'm going to go back into base, by the way, to try to blur out these edges a little bit because I feel like it got a little heavy-handed. Next, I'm going to go into Soul, and I'm actually going to take a packing brush. And yeah. So I'm going to go into Soul. I'm going to take a packing brush, and I'm going to put this on the, like, first third-ish. Well, the first 2/3 to, actually, I'm just going to put this all over the lid, evidently, because I'm not really focusing on my eye look. And then I'm going to bring that a little bit higher up into the crease where that shade Volatile is, just so I can blend them more together. For some reason, I am having issues with it patching. I cannot get it to cling to certain areas. And I don't know why that is. It's like, maybe I have a weird eye, because it's like some shadows will, it's literally, if it does it only to this eye, then I don't know what the heck is going on with me, because it's like, always seems like something gets patchy on this side and not the other side. It's just, I don't know. I have the song Clap by 17 stuck in my head, and it won't leave. At least it's not Pan Man. I finally got that one out of my head. That one was stuck in my head for, no joke, I swear to God, like 2 months. I would literally randomly find myself humming it. And I'm like, why? Why am I still humming this song? All right, now, I'm sorry, that was Soul, which is, I have a lot of kick ups, so hold on. I don't want it on this dress. So now I'm going to go into Love, and I'm going to put it on the front, and then I might go into Wild Child. If not, see, I want to go into my Rihanna one. We'll see. We'll see. Let me just get Love on. Oh, goodness. Love is a lot more pigmented than Soul. I think I'm going to try and put Dreamer on the first. I tried to put the shade Dreamer over the front of the eye where I have Love, and it overtook it, so then I had to take Love and put it on top of it, blend it back in, which got rid of Dreamer. Lickety split. Thankfully? I guess thankfully is the word I'm looking for. Anyways, so now what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go into this Too Faced powder, this Peach Tinsel, and I'm going to put it on the front of the eye just because this does have like a pinky shade to it already. And then I'm going to do a liner. So this is, but I just wanted to show you, this is the look that I have on its own as of now. And now I'm going to use other brands. So figured I'd just let you know. All right, so this is the final look that I have come up with. Now, my final conclusion, now that I have used it, is relatively the same, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm remembering incorrectly, that my review initially was that I did like the palette. I did find that the shades in here were very blendable, and they still are. Now, I was struggling a little bit to come up with an eye look that I liked, so I'm not exactly sure how much I like this palette. I was really drawn into this color here, which is what I think everybody was. So, I mean, if you take that one out, I would not have bought this palette at all. I could find these in other ones. So that's why I'm kind of like, should I keep it? I'm not exactly sure, because this wasn't a cheap palette by any means. This was a $40+ palette. And for one shade, I'm not exactly sure, especially since I still have to do, you know, I still have like this one to play with. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know. I really don't know. But as of right now, I do like the palette. I find there is a lot of kick up in a lot of there's a lot of kick up in the pan, but I did not have a lot of fallout on my face. Now, I did end up with having some issues with fallout, but that was actually because of this. Now, I do realize this is more of a body glitter, which is why it came with a big puff. And I did use it on like some parts of my body. You probably can't see it because it's glittery. Let's see if I can get like, can you do the thing? Can you do a thing that resembles what I want you to do? I don't know. You probably can't see it. Can I turn it away? Get you to see it? Oh my god, did my hair go straight? The problems of having thin hair. Anyways, so what I was getting at is that it's more of a body glitter, but I did try to use it on my eyes and I had a lot of fallout and a big mess. But it's okay because I cleaned it up the best I could. With that being said, like I said, I did have a lot of fallout with the peach tinsel, but it is supposed to be more geared towards the body and not the face, so it might not even be for your face at all. Just as party powder. Loose, sparkling party powder. Not sure. But I do like this palette. Like I said, they blended nicely and the fallout wasn't on my face. It was in the palette. So, I don't know. I will have to definitely play with this a little bit more before I make a final decision to either keep it or not keep it. I have been on a really strict kick lately where I am purchasing items that I genuinely feel like I'm going to use. And if I'm not, then I'm not buying them. Because there was a point, especially when I first started this channel, where I was buying everything. And I find that I had, especially since I've started decluttering a lot because we'll be moving, I find that I have bought a lot of makeup that I haven't touched in a long time. And it's great for like content and for this channel for you guys to see all sorts of different things. But at the same time, for my personal life, I feel like I shouldn't be bogging up my life with too much stuff. So I've been trying to be a little bit more selective on the items that I actually purchase and bring into my collection. If you were interested in this palette, I think it's a good palette. I'm going to try and do another eye look, probably another day, probably not on camera, maybe on camera, not exactly sure. I need to play with this on my face a little bit more. But I have so much that I have to do, and I don't do my makeup enough. So it's what the problem is like I do my makeup twice a week, and when it's twice a week and you have so much makeup coming in 24/7 because I'm always ordering stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for more. I love you all, you beautiful unicorns. Bye. Now back to this necklace. I hate necklaces.